All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Halayim Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Rakah Quitash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth and who rule well in this truth. Shalom to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel that is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Peace and mercy unto you. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the true Hebrew Israelites that the Bible speaks of. You are the true chosen people of the book. All right. So I got this article here, as you see on screen. The title reads, Digital IDs are an effective tool against poverty, says Gates Foundation. All right. So now, why all these people, all right, these billionaires like Bill Gates, all right, you got Elon Musk with his Neuralink, you know, and all these people that sit in high places, you know, prime ministers, presidents, you know, politicians, you know, mayors and senates. All right, they're all talking about digital ID and trying to push a digital ID, man. All right, because they're nothing but puppets for the elites, man. All right, because the elites have an agenda. All right, the Illuminati, satanic, Edomite, elite banking families, they have an agenda to bring forth the New World Order. And part of that New World Order, all right, is for the whole world to be enslaved through their technology. All right. And that's talking about, and that's going into the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, man. All right, the mark of the beast is indeed, all right, and with great certainty and with great surety, I tell you, the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip, man, that the elites want to implant under your skin. All right, I always tell you this, man. All right, you have false prophets that will tell you that the mark of the beast is not, all right, the microchip. They will tell you that it's a spiritual thing. No, the mark of the beast is an actual physical, tangible thing you can touch, all right, that the elites want to implant under your skin, all right, to make you a slave, to control you, have complete control over you. All right, that's what the mark of the beast is, man. All right, but again, this title reads, Digital IDs are an effective tool against poverty, says Gates Foundation. All right, and this is just, you know, a step closer, man. All right, trying to usher in, all right, the mark of the beast, man. All right, digital IDs are an effective tool against poverty, says Gates Foundation. And we know that he's a puppet for the elites, man. All right, this man's a damn devil, man. All right, going into population control, depopulation, and all that, man. That's another agenda of the New World. That's another part. That's also part of the New World Order agenda, depopulation, man. All right, and that's done through the medical industry, the food industry, the chemtrails you see in the sky, all right, the GMO foods that you eat, all right. So it says digital IDs are set to be the cure for all problems. Well, no. If you take the mark of the beast, all right, you're going to be destroyed. All right. It says digital IDs are set to be the cure for all problems, including poverty, apparently. All right. It says the philanthropist, all right, vaccine maker, has been touting the idea for years. And you see you know, a tweet by Bill Gates right here. It says 800, all right. It says 850 million people lack ID that proves their identity. As a result, they are shut out of a lot of services that could change their lives. You see how they're trying to make it, all right? You need these digital IDs, because if not, you're gonna be shut out of society, and that's how it's gonna be when the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, is ushered in and made mandatory. If you want to be, you know, part of everyday society, if you want to go to be able to if you want to be able to go to the supermarket and buy food, if you want to be able to travel, all right, take a walk, even maybe ride a bike, all right, go to the bar or the club, maybe to the gym. All right, you're gonna have to take that MOTB. You're gonna have to take that microchip, man. All right, or else you're gonna be shut out of society, man. All right, but the elect, all right, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, starting with the 144,000, all right, in the great multitude, all right, you know, we don't care about this damn society, man. All right, starting with the elect, man, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord. We don't care about this damn society. We're already not part of this society and of this world. We don't give a damn about, partaking in what the rest of this earth and the rest of this world is doing, man. All right, we're not gonna take the MOTB, Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Rataza. You know, we don't give a damn, about going, Our faith is in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and you gotta have faith in Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right, that He has you protected in these last days and these last times, man, that we're living in, man. That the Lord is gonna feed you through this famine, That the Lord is gonna find a way for you, man. You gotta believe that, man. You gotta have that faith, man. Big faith, man. All right. Don't take the MOTB. Do not take the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, man. I'm telling you right now, do not take the RFID microchip, man. Okay? Or else you will be destroyed by nuclear fire. You got to have that faith in Yahweh. Yahweh. All right? And His Son, Yahweh Shai. All right? You can't get to Yahweh unless you go through Yahweh Shai, His Son. All right? So Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, you got to have that faith in. You got to have faith in, man. All right? Those are the names you got to have faith in. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and that He will protect you in these last days, man. All right? Because the scriptures say that, that the elect, that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. All right? And it's impossible. It's literally impossible to deceive the very elect. Like the scriptures say, if it be at all possible, they shall deceive the very elect, but it's not possible. That's why the elect are the elect, because it's not possible to deceive them. They know what's happening, they know what's going on. They're the ones that carry the true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of what's happening, what's going on, of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai's word, All right, the true prophets and the true servants of the Lord, all right, which first and foremost, all right, are the Israelites of Great Millstone and the ones that teach like Great Millstone. All right, they are telling you that the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. These false prophets will tell you that it's not the RFID microchip. All right, we're going to see when it's finally mandatory and ushered in. All right, we're going to see, man. All right, we're going to see what people are going to have to say, man. All right, because you people are going to be shitting bricks, man. All right, when this MOTB becomes mandatory, this RFID chip becomes mandatory. A lot of y'all are not going to have anything to say, man. All right, it says that's why I'm so excited about MOSIP and open source technology that could dismantle barriers worldwide. Yeah, worldwide, because what? The whole point is to enslave this whole earth. The scriptures say, what's that? Revelation 3 and 10. All right, or maybe 9. I think it's 10 actually. All right, that the hour of temptation. Matter of fact, let's get that. All right, the hour of temptation is going to come upon all the earth. The hour of temptation is when the RFID microchip is ushered in and made mandatory. All right, under the punishment of death. All right. So as you see, it says, barriers worldwide. Yeah, because this is a dream for the elites to bring this worldwide. All right. He causes all. All right. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, all throughout the world. All right. This is Revelation 3 and 10. All right. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Yeah. So if you're diligent, you're doing this work. All right, that's keeping the word of the Lord's patience. All right, the Lord said, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. All right, so the Lord gonna protect us, man. He's gonna put it in our spirit to say, F that shit, man. F the RFID microchip. I ain't taking that, man. Chop my damn head off, man. Kill me, man. All right, because in the previous chapter, the Lord said what? Be faithful unto death, and I shall give thee a crown of life. All right, Revelation 3 and 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. That's when the RFID microchip is made mandatory. All right, the mark of the beast. All right, which shall come upon all the world. All right, to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, so this is a global thing. This is what the elites want upon all this earth, to have this earth in their under their subjection, man, complete control through the technology, which is the RFID microchip. Okay? Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right? So it says right here, we've already been told that digital IDs will help counter populism and illegal immigration, as well as crime, benefit fraud, terrorism, and even pandemics. Man, but they'll, you see it, and people will believe this, man. You know, it says, but they'll help tackle poverty. But it says, but they will help tackle poverty now as well. It says that's according to a report published a few days ago by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. It says digital IDs are an effective tool against poverty, a global solution. Again, yeah, these digital IDs, the plan of the elites, all right, is to bring a digital ID, an RFID microchip, a global solution, all right, yeah, because that's their agenda, all right, to enslave this entire earth globally, all right, as we just read, all right. It says which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, it says digital IDs are an effective tool against poverty. A global solution is making them available to millions. All right, so digital IDs are always being talked about and being pushed, man. All right, because it's just one step closer to the MOTB. It says, but they'll. I just read that. It says, I do love making them available. In that sentence, all right, as if the world is full of people desperately crying out for digital IDs. Yeah, it says that the powers that be have been unable to supply, when the truth is literally the exact opposite of that. All right. The aim of the report is promoting something they call modular open source identity platform, MOSIP, all right, an adaptable modular, all right, architecture that any country could customize to meet its specific needs. All right. It says for the last few years, MOSIP has been trialed in 9 different countries across Africa and Asia, all right, with over 90 million people signing up. All right, the report calls it a powerful example of how low and middle income countries can harness open source technology to improve lives and accelerate development. All right, the developers of MOSIP are so worried about poor people in the third world country not having any proper identification that day, and their backers at the Gates Foundation and the Ahmed Yard Network are giving it away to any country that wants it for free. All right. It says, isn't that nice of them, being sarcastic, right? It says, but wait, there's more good news. The developers of MOSIP believe very strongly that interoperability is a fundamental principle of a good digital public infrastructure. All right, it's a fundamental principle. All right, you understand, not a method of control. Yeah, okay. All right. Oh man. It says to sum up, the free software being funded by Bill Gates to supply digital IDs to the third world will be all based on the same proprietary code and potentially interoperable. All right, all to tackle poverty and increase economic participation. All right, or terrorism, secure the border. All right, or to protect the environment, to combat money laundering, or help the unemployed, to prevent pandemics, or to protect us from artificial intelligence. All right, it depends on where you live. Regional marketing like Disney removes black actors from their Chinese posters. All right, so Yeah, man. All right. So calling for digital IDs, man. All these billionaires, you know, because they're just puppet for the elites. All right, putting it in your head, basically like almost like predictive programming, you know, calling out for digital IDs, constantly calling out for digital IDs, man. You know. So I just had wanted to bring this to y'all, man. All right, let y'all know what's happening, what's going on, man. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. All right, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Raktazad. This lesson was edifying. All right, the mark of the beast that the Bible speaks about, Revelation 13 and 16 through 18. All right, the mark of the beast that the Bible speaks about is the RFID microchip, man. All right, for certainty. All right, with great surety, I tell you, man. All right. All right, the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast. All right, it is not a spiritual thing, it's a physical thing. All right, and you are not to take the RFID microchip, man. All right, we broke this down millions of times going into the scriptures, man. Going into the Greek, breaking down the word mark, charagma, then charax, then grapho, 666 in the Greek is kai psi stigma. All right, when you go into that word stigma, it means a mark printed or branded upon the body. Come on, man. All right. So, Lord willing, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Raktazad. This lesson was edifying, man. So that you know what's happening, what's going on, man. This is current news. All right, in the news type joint. All right. So, with that being said, until the next one, Shalom.